It's Tuesday, 26th of February 2019, when the Irish are still Kildare. We're at the front board paddock.
Two hands. Two hands. Two hands. She gone? Where is she?
Going over the hill, yeah.
Did you get your shot at that?
Yeah.
Casey up there.
Yeah. We're going to the silence and all. It's approaching dinner time, Tanya.
Candace?
Yeah.
That's the green spot there. This is one accord, folks. Here. This is one accord. She's feeding. She belongs to the Queen. She belongs to the Queen. See if I get will I get another hello from her. This Bray here, she's belongs to the Queen. She's feeding. I've already had 2 associations with her. And you can see her mane and her tail are jet black. Jet black, and I never met a bay horse with the mane and tail is jet black before. So jet black. She's going to come over to say hello to me. She's too far to come.
No, yeah, she is, yeah. Too far.
No?
Too far.
Who thinks that far? There's another mare up there. If she puts her head up, you can get a photograph. A good shot of her. She's a gorgeous mare, isn't she? This is Catch Me Katie, Earling. A shot of Catch Me. This is Catch Me Katie feeding here now. There's another friend of ours that we know exactly 2 years. We met her up in the nursery. We introduced her in the nursery. We met her in the nursery 2 years ago. And I didn't know what she was doing in there. Her bull was like was fully grown at the time. He was fully grown, was nearly fully adult-sized, and there's only a few visits, only about 4 or 5 visits at the nursery. When Liam zoomed in, it's only when I watched it back at home, I put the video back at home. I didn't notice it when I was there. It's only when I watched the video back when Liam had zoomed in to find her name that I noticed her hoof had a duct tape on it. And that's the reason, and that's when I knew what she was doing in there. And then I was saying, what was she doing? So it was last year, not 2 years ago, it was last year, so I beg your pardon. Last year she was in nursery 3. And I said, what's she doing in there? She should be in nursery 3. See, they had to correct 2 years ago, you see, 2017, they had all the horses in the right, they had all the horses in the right place when all the and they were all injured. All the horses mainly go into nursery or go into surgery 1 when they get injured. And all the horses were all bought into surgery 1, like as they should have been, as they should be. When they got injured, they're all, everything was all correct in 2017. Everything, all the horses were in the right place, and everything was in the right order, and everything was all the arrangements were all correct 2 years ago. But last year, all the stud was all shambles. All the horses were all messed up, all scattered all over the place. All the setup, everything else was literally all over the place. And Catch Me Katie, for some reason, she was in nursery 3 with her foal, and he was nearly fully grown, fully full size. So now saying, what is she doing in nursery 3? The mating season's over. Like, this was like in, I think it was August or something like that. I can't remember when it was. August, September, can't remember. And I said, the mating season's over. What's she doing? And the foal was nearly fully sized, and then Liam zoomed in. It was about, I think it was the 4th or 5th visit. And he zoomed in, and I noticed her tag had a big duct tape on it. She had a sore hoof. And I was saying, she should be in surgery 1, not in the nursery. Then all the foals, all the horses that have injuries, they mainly should go into surgery. After all, that's what it's called, a surgery. After all, that's what it's called, surgery 1. After all, it's a surgery. All the horses were injured to go into the surgery. But she had a duct tape on her hoof for, I think it was a week. Was it a week or something?
Yeah, somewhere.
That's when I first spotted her. That's when I got introduced to her. But the first week of the season, this season, I think it was the Monday, the first day of the second visit, I think it was, and we met her in the paddocks. I think probably the first time I ever got, that I actually touched her, that I had any close-up association with her, that I had any physical interaction with her. I didn't have any interaction with her last year, physical interaction with her last year. I only saw her like from the distance, which was in the centre of the nursery 3. I had association with her foal. Her foal last year was jet black. He was literally charcoal black last year, remember? Charcoal black. Yeah, I had association with her foal a few times, and it was charcoal black, but I had no association with her. I had association with her this year. At the beginning of the season, I think it was the first week of the season. I think it was the second visit. Association with her, but the main paddocks up at the top corner here. The top corner, so here's the corner, and the corner of around the corner at the top, and it was the second visit. And it was probably the first time I ever touched her, and it was only a very, very short interaction, very short, and but the second physical interaction. This is second of an interaction with her. This is second quick. This is a peck. This is a little peck of this is a small peck. That's all I got of her. Just a peck. It's like a hello. Like there's a big hello, and that was it. I didn't have a long association with her. Just a peck, very quick peck, But it's the first time I ever touched her. But this is the Queen's. Well, the Queen used to own this horse here. Like, this bay here. I had 2 associations with her. She came over to me twice. First 2 visits, we came back to the stud at the new season. She gave me 2 visits, 2 interactions. The first 2 visits, we came back to the stud. She came over to me. The first 2 visits, when we came over to the Mares of Vote, she came over to me. Both visits, the first 2 visits, she came over to say hello to me. First two visits of the new season, she came over to say hello to me. So she must have taken a liking to me or something. She came over to say hello to me. Both visits of the visits to the Mares and Foals, came over to say hello. She's a lovely mare. Her name is With One Accord. I looked up at the Twitter address, and there was a video of her and her foal. She had foaled with Dragon Pulse, and on the Twitter it had a different name for her. It had One Accord. And it said that she used to be owned by the Queen Mother. She had on Twitter a different name for her. It had One Accord, but on the tag it says With One Accord. So I'm kind of confused. Again, 2 different names, but her name is so she's obviously called With One Accord, but they had One Accord on the Twitter address. So I'm getting 2 different names here, but she's obviously called With One Accord. But she was owned by the Queen, and the Irish National Stud had bought her. but I don't know how much they paid for her. But she's a lovely mare. So I had 2 associations with her in the first 2 visits of the season. So she must have a soft spot for me or something. But it doesn't look like I'm going to get hello from her today. But she's a beautiful mare. She's a gorgeous mare. She's absolutely gorgeous mare. But it does look like I'm going to get any luck with her today. I have no luck at all with the mares and foals at all. So I had a little kind of a hello with Baldara's foal at the nursery 3, but he was trying to attempt to get a little lick off him, but he's jumping all over the place. They're very nervous, the foals, this year for some reason or other. I don't even let us go near them, but however, they're very nervous last year too, probably because they're still a bit fragile, still small. But they were more calmer 2 years ago, funny enough. They were all right like 2 years ago, but for some reason last year and this year they're very jumpy. But anyway, she's a magnificent mare and I love her too. But hopefully now, hopefully I'll get to say hello to her in the next visit we come out. Because after lunch they've all gone to the stables after our lunch. We've all gone to the mare stables. They've gone along to the mare's stables. We've all gone to the stables after our lunch, because sometimes they go to the stables early. They often go to the stables early before the stallions. So I probably won't get a hello from her today. But she's a magnificent mare. But anyway, I think we'll head up to the stallions.